Hi everyone, this is my reflection for week 5. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to attend the class this week, but I have gone through the materials on Visual Collaborate and studied the topics independently. From what I learned, this week focused on learning and assessment tasks, as well as exclusions in early childhood education. While I'm not currently on placement, I've reflected on my previous placement experience to connect with these topics. During my last placement, I used various forms of documentation such as learning stories, observation notes, and daily reflections. This helped me identify children's interests and plan experience that supported their learning and development. For example, once observed that several children were interested in water play, so I planned a sensory activity that encouraged exploration and fine motor skills. Looking back, I can see how meaningful documentation supports intentional teaching. I also experienced once some ethical dilemmas in that placement. For example, finding the balance between allowing children freedom and to explore and maintaining safety, especially outdoors activities. I discussed this with my mentor, who advised me to set clear limits while still encouraging independence. This helped me understand the importance of professional judgment in early childhood education. In terms of portfolio artifacts, I collected samples such as observation records, photos of learning experience, and examples of my planning cycle. These artifacts were connected to the Australian professional teaching standards, particularly Standard 1, named Know Students and How They Learn, and Standard 3, plan for and implement effective teaching and learning. They demonstrated how I observed the children, planned the experience, and reflected on outcomes. The mentor-mentee relationship was also very valuable for me. My mentor guided me in improving my observation and reflection skills. She encouraged me to ask questions and take initiative. I realized that being open to feedback is one of the best ways to grow as an early childhood teacher. In the second part of this week's topic, I learned about exclusions in early childhood education. Through the readings and the video, I understood the exclusions can greatly enrich children's learning by expanding their world and building confidence. However, they also require careful planning to ensure safety, according to the Education and Care Service national regulations. Regulation 100 requires a risk assessment before an exclusion. Regulation 101 outlines how the assessment should be conducted, and Regulation 102 states that parents is required. A parent's authorization is required. I reviewed the ethical risk assessment template and found it very useful for understanding how to consider supervision, health, and transportation. Even though I haven't yet participated in an exclusion myself, I can see how detailed preparation helps educators manage risk while providing meaningful learning experiences. Overall, by reviewing the session 5, week 5 session content and reflecting on my previous placement, I depended my understanding of how assessment, documentation, and ethical practice all work together to support children's learning and safety. Thank you for listening of my reflection.